We all know the hustle's real, but let's be honest, without your health and well-being in check, that grind, it won't last. This week, we're diving into something that's often overlooked when we're too focused on that next promotion or chasing that paper. We're talking about taking care of yourself. Whether it's stress management, getting enough rest, or staying physically active, we'll cover what it takes to maintain balance. You can't build an empire if you're running on empty. So let's focus on what keeps us going. Mind, body, and soul. Remember, success isn't just about making moves. It's about making moves while feeling your best. Speaking of hustle and grind, check out this week's thought leader. He has a doctorate in strategic leadership and is the author of Empower Your Leadership, Unlocking Your Potential Through Crave. Founder of Crave Leadership, entrepreneur, and a total difference maker. Lastly, next week, I'll be launching my podcast titled Health Hustle Chronicles, where I spotlight talent out there that's hustling every day, introduce you to coaches who can help you level up your game, and explain how you can climb that ladder through various topics and networking opportunities. Please DM me and title the subject line Participation if you'd like to be considered as a guest. Let's get into it, hustlers.
Good day. My name is Dr. Amin Sanaya. I'm a visionary leader with a doctorate degree in leadership and a master's in healthcare administration. I've built a distinguished career in healthcare operations where my leadership expertise has driven innovation. I'm all about innovation, being efficient, and being able to transform workplaces. In my professional roles, I've been successful in leading large multi-site organizations through operational challenges. I'm a fixer-upper. My leadership approach is guided by my CRAVE model, which focuses on communication, respect, authenticity, and vulnerability, and empathy. These are also my personal values. I'm at the forefront of integrating AI-driven systems to enhance operational efficiency and improve outcomes. And that's my commitment to innovation and people-centered leadership, which has been very successful for me. I'm a published author of Empower Your Leadership. Get your copy. I am also a mentor to emerging leaders. I love to share my insights on leadership, communication, and emotional intelligence. God and family are my cornerstones. I am happily married to an amazing woman, and we have a blended family of 4 amazing young adults, 3 young men, and my princess. I was inspired to pursue my current path through a deep passion for understanding human behavior and the potential for positive change through leadership. When you're able to impact people's lives in a positive manner, that's my love language. Early in my career, I realized that the key to creating lasting organizational impact lies in understanding the neuroscience behind leadership and how emotional intelligence and emotional maturity drive meaningful connection. This led me to develop my CRAVE leadership model, which integrates communication, respect, authenticity, vulnerability, and empathy as core principles of effective leadership. Later on, as I got into the neuroscience of it, that allowed me to really integrate that into my CRAVE leadership model with neuro leadership insights. And that's been the core of my work. Over time, my vision has evolved to focus not only on individual leadership development, but also on creating systematic changing organizations. A great thing that opportunities that we have in organizations is let's work on develop people. That's how we win. Through my program, I've been able to empower leaders to drive transformation by fostering emotional intelligence teams that thrive in high-stress situations. I define personal success as living in alignment with my core values of integrity, empathy, and continuous growth while making a meaningful impact on the lives of others. My number one guiding principle is loving people, loving self. Now, professionally, success means empowering leaders and teams to reach their fullest potential by embracing authentic emotional intelligent leadership practices. It is about fostering environments where people feel valued, connected, and inspired to perform their best, or you're not going to get the best out of your workplace. And that is something that we need a lot in our society. Balancing personal and professional success comes down to being intentional with my time and setting clear boundaries. Intentional is a word that I'm really harp about with my leaders when I'm mentoring. You have to be intentional in everything you do. That is something that I learned from the greatest man I've known, which is my father. The Crave leadership model, which advocate in my professional work, also guides my personal life. By prioritizing open communication, respect for others, and self-care, I ensure that my professional pursuits do not overshadow my personal well-being or my family commitments or my commitments to God. This is a great question, one that I love to speak about. One of the biggest misconceptions about leadership development and neuro leadership is that it is solely about position authority or implemented a rigid framework. When you're dealing with people, that is not so. Many people believe leadership is about commanding others. I'm the boss and you're gonna do what I say. That's not gonna work. Or using a standard one-size-fits-all strategies to drive performance. Again, every situation is different. Every culture within an organization is different. In reality, leadership is much more personal and nuanced. It involves emotional intelligence, that emotional regulation, maturity piece, empathy, and authentic connections. It's about people. This is about people connection. Through my Crave leadership model, focusing on communication, respect, authenticity, vulnerability, and empathy, I challenge these misconceptions by emphasizing that true leadership is about building trust, fostering open dialogue, and embracing the human side of leading. Another misconception is that neuro leadership or brain-based leadership is overly technical or abstract. But I use this science to make leadership more practical and grounded, focusing on how leaders can leverage neuroplasticity, the way we learn, to improve their emotional intelligence, decision making, and relationships. Oh, this question. I'll answer it this way. So, my first leadership position was one that I will never forget. I was given the responsibility of leading a healthcare organization. And I was like, great, I made it. I'm the boss. This is easy cake. I'll just go in there and tell people what to do and the magic happens. Wow, was I wrong. I was a complete failure because I wasn't prepared to lead people. I thought because I had so many years of experiences and I was a specialist in a position that automatically will give me what I need, the tools to be able to be successful. And it's not. Being a leader, you're responsible to make sure that people get the work done, not doing the work yourself. So it's very different. So how did I face that challenge? I had to take a step back, have moments of introspection and reflection, and realize that I needed help. I got a mentor, coach. I went to workshops, had to go into leadership coaching. And doing all of those allowed me to grow as a leader, become better, to take all those lessons learned and implement them and see what worked and what didn't. And it's gotten me to where I'm at today. As you can see, I'm very passionate about leadership development. I'm passionate about empowering leaders to bring their best selves to the table, whether they are navigating personal growth, organizational challenges, or seeking to inspire others, which is the right thing for leaders. My work as being the founder and creator of the Crave leadership model has allowed me to help leaders embrace a deeper connection to their teams and their goals through my model. These core principles are at the heart of every successful leadership journey, and I've witnessed firsthand how they transform organizations from the inside out. In addition to my leadership coaching, my expertise in neuro leadership and emotional connection enables leaders to understand how our brains can reshape behaviors, enhance decision making, and create lasting impact in a positive manner. As a speaker, author, and mentor, I thrive on helping others unlock their potentials and drive meaningful change. And because, as I mentioned earlier, I'm all about innovation, coming soon, I'm in the process of creating a leadership bot. Crave bot coming soon.
Welcome to Health Hustle Chronicles, where the grind meets growth in the world of healthcare. This ain't your typical podcast. I'm here to shine light on the talent that's out there hustling every day. Introduce you to coaches who can level up your game and break down exactly how you can climb the ladder in this industry. Whether you're just stepping in or already in the trenches, I'm going to give you the real deal on how to elevate beyond the road and claim what's yours. I'm talking about unlocking opportunities that seem hidden, finding leadership when it feels like no one's got your back, and building a roadmap to success even when the path ain't clear. From time management to battling self-doubt, lack of mentorship, to the struggle of getting noticed. I get it. I've been there. And I'm going to bring you that hustle mindset with every episode so you can take that next step towards career growth and wealth. If you're ready to go beyond surviving and start thriving in healthcare, then this podcast is for you. It's time to hustle harder, grow smarter, and elevate together. Let's get it, hustlers. All right, let's be real for a minute. That grind, it can be exhausting. Between deadlines, meeting, family, and everything in between, stress, it can creep right on in and take over before you realize it. But here's the thing. If you don't manage it, stress will slow you down and burn you out. And that's why today we're talking about stress management techniques for professionals. Staying calm under pressure, that's your superpower. Let's start with breathing. Sounds simple, right? But deep, intentional breathing is one of the quickest ways to reduce your stress levels. When you're in that chaos, stop for a second and take a few deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Do that for a minute and you'll feel the difference. You're giving your brain and your body to signal to chill. And that's the first step to getting your focus back. Next up, taking breaks. I know, you got deadlines, and taking a break, it kind of feels like the last thing you can afford to do. But here's the truth. You can't be productive if you're running on empty. Stay away for about 10 to 15 minutes. Walk around, stretch, grab some water. You'll come back more refreshed and ready to knock out whatever's on your plate. Then there's prioritizing. You probably have a million things to do on your to-do list, which can feel overwhelming. And that's where stress, it loves to thrive. So here's what you can do. Break it down. Look at what needs to get done right now. What can wait? Handle those high priority tasks first. Tackle the rest in order. One thing at a time. It's a game changer. Let's not forget about physical activity. You don't have to hit the gym for hours just to keep moving. Go for a walk. Do some quick stretches or even dance if that's your thing. Physical movement helps clear your mind and releases that built up tension. Plus your body, it'll thank you. Now let's talk about something that we all tend to push aside, and that's sleep. Lack of sleep, that's one of the biggest stressors out there. You think that you're being productive by working, long into the night, but in reality, you're setting yourself up to be less effective the next day. Prioritize your rest. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. And finally, talk to someone, whether it's a friend, mentor, or a therapist. Don't be afraid to open up about what's stressing you out. Sometimes just voicing it can help you process it and put things into perspective. You're not alone, and you don't have to carry all that weight by yourself. So let's recap. Breathe deeply, take breaks, prioritize, get moving, sleep well, and don't hesitate to talk it out. Stress is part of the game, but with the right tools, you can manage it like a pro. Remember, you can't pour into an empty cup. Take care of yourself first, and everything else, it'll fall into place. Peace out, hustlers.
We all know the hustle doesn't stop. When you're chasing goals, juggling responsibilities, and trying to make your mark, it feels like there's no time to slow down. But today, I want to share a story about someone who figured out how to find balance, how to stay healthy while still hustling hard. Let's call her Layla. Layla was like a lot of us, working long hours at a job she loved but pushing herself to the limit. She was trying to climb the ladder, handling deadlines, meetings, and side projects. It felt like success was always just one more sleepless night away. But her body, it had other plans. The fatigue, the stress, the non-stop grind were starting to take a toll. And soon enough, Layla hit a wall. It wasn't a big dramatic moment. No major health scare, but it was the little things. She found herself getting sick more often, snapping at people she cared about, and just feeling drained all the time. That's when she realized she couldn't keep pouring from an empty cup. She needed to find a way to keep hustling without burning out. So she made a decision. Layla knew she didn't want to slow down her career, but she also knew her health had to come first. The first thing she did was something simple but powerful. She started scheduling her well-being the same way she scheduled her work. She put her workouts, meals, and even sleep on the calendar like they were non-negotiable meetings. At first, it felt impossible. How could she squeeze in time to eat right, exercise, and sleep when her to-do list was a mile long? But Layla quickly realized that taking care of herself actually gave her more energy for the grind. She started small, 30 minutes of walking in the morning, a packed lunch instead of fast food, setting a hard cutoff time for work at night, and she stuck to it. It wasn't about a big transformation overnight, but about building habits that helped her stay on her game, physically, mentally, and emotionally. As time went on, something shifted. Layla wasn't just surviving the hustle, she was thriving in it. Her energy was up, her focus was sharp, and that sense of burnout, it faded. People around her noticed too. Colleagues were asking how she managed to get so much done while still staying chill and focused. The secret was balance. Here's the takeaway. Layla didn't stop hustling, but she learned that you can't hustle at your best if you don't make time for your health. You can still climb, still grind, and still reach your goals, but you've got to take care of you along the way. Her story isn't unique. It's something all of us can do. It's about making the decision to prioritize your well-being, even when it feels like there's no time for it. Layla's story reminds us that success is more than just the grind. It's finding a way to do what you love without losing yourself in the process. So, if you're feeling that burnout creeping in, take a step back. Look at how you can find that balance, and remember, your hustle can only be as strong as you are. Take care of yourself and watch how your grind gets even stronger.
All right, let's talk about one of the hardest things for any hustler to do. Prioritizing self-care when your schedule is packed tighter than a New York subway at rush hour. You know the feeling? Deadlines are looming, emails keep coming in, and you've got a to-do list that feels like it's never ending. So how do you fit self-care into all of that without dropping the ball on your hustle? That's this week's challenge, finding ways to make self-care a priority, no matter how busy life gets. It sounds impossible, but trust me, it can be done. Let's break it down. First, here's the truth. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's not just about bubble baths or spa days, though those are great. It's about giving yourself the mental, physical, and emotional breaks you need to stay sharp. If you're not taking care of yourself, eventually everything else, your work, your relationships, your hustle, starts to suffer. So let's ditch the guilt that comes with taking time for yourself. Now here's the challenge. You've got to schedule it. It's like that old saying, if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't happen. Treat your self-care like it's just as important as your biggest client meeting or project deadline. Block off time, whether it's 10 minutes or an hour, and make it non-negotiable. And listen, self-care doesn't have to be a huge time commitment. It's not about finding hours of free time you don't have. Sometimes it's about doing small things that add up over time. For example, take micro breaks throughout your day. Step away from your computer, take a walk, stretch, or just breathe for a few minutes. These little resets can help you recharge, and when you're back in action, you'll be more focused and productive. Another thing to remember is saying no when you need to. Part of prioritizing self-care is recognizing your limits and not overcommitting yourself. It's easy to say yes to everything, especially when you want to make moves. But learning to say no is key. You can't do it all, and that's okay. One more tip. Don't forget about the basics. Eating well, staying active, and getting enough sleep should be the foundation of your self-care routine. They're easy to skip when you're busy, but trust me, they're the things that will keep you going in the long run. You wouldn't let your phone run out of battery without charging it, right? Well, think of self-care as the charge you need to keep going. So this week I challenge you to make self-care a priority. Put it on your calendar. Start with small steps, and don't let your hustle come at the cost of your health. You'll thank yourself when you're feeling energized, focused, and ready to take on whatever comes your way. Let's face it, you can't pour from an empty cup. Make time for you, and watch how everything else falls into place. You've got this.